The reality is, whether he's sat cooking, sat playing with his dog, sat on YouPorn, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. The point is, he's sat on his arse not playing football. And I find that incredible. I really, really do. You know, somebody said to me the other day, if Garnacho stays in the Premier League and he comes to Old Trafford next season for another club, he is going to get boos and pelters. And I thought, you know what? I hope not, but he probably will. How do you go from hero to zero with this fan base? Behaving like this. Like, I remember Ben Foster saying to me about 2 years ago, he said, I don't like Garnacho. There's just something about him, he's a little shit. And I thought, come off it. He's a bloody good player. Because I've always liked him. And he went, no, I just don't like him. I get a bad vibe off him. I don't like him. Well, who's right? Who's wrong? It doesn't matter. The reality is we're all getting a bad vibe off him at the moment. And this is just an example of what happens when you've got a young player with talent who has people around him who wipe his arse for him, who tell he's great. And there's just no maturity there. There's no appreciation of what he's got in front of him. I think it's embarrassing. I think it's embarrassing for Sancho. I think it's embarrassing for Garnacho. It is August on Friday and you don't have a club. You're not even in pre-season and you're sat there smiling like it's a normal thing. I pity the modern day football fan who doesn't remember the days of a Gary Neville or a Paul Scholes or a Ryan Giggs or a David Beckham or an Eric Cantona who from, you know, the 1st of July would be at Carrington sweating buckets, getting ready for a new season. You got Garnacho doing sod all, you know, waiting in the hope that he can get his move to Chelsea, who've already got about 4 new players better than him on pre-season, getting ready for the season, and he's waiting for his dream move to Chelsea, thinking he's Billy Big Bollocks, because I'm just going to wait it out and they'll have to sell me on the cheap. And I'm like, you know what? I hope you get your move to Chelsea. I hope you get your move to Chelsea. And I hope all the Chelsea fans that don't want you keep not wanting you. I hope you don't get in the team. I hope you realise all these people advising you haven't got your best interests at heart at all. Because somebody should be saying, get off your fucking arse. It's a World Cup. You've got immense talent. And you've wasted a month where you should be pre-season focused on football. And you're not. You're sat there waiting for your dream move to Chelsea. And why is it your dream move? Because it's the most high-profile move. It's got the Champions League. It's in London. It's the biggest club that are interested in you. Personally, and I don't know how many of you have done this when you've been playing FIFA and stuff like that, Villa would be the move I'd go to. Bigger fish in a smaller pond, playing every week, backing your ability. That's going to grab the attention of an Argentinian coach. Sat on the bench for Chelsea, not really wanted. I don't know about that. But look, he's not the only one doing it. I think it's sad. I think it's really sad that we have 2 or 3 players this summer who aren't part of pre-season. And well done to Amrin, by the way. These prats could have been out in the States with fans going, can you sign my shirt? And they'd have been bloody loving it. So fair play to Amrin for not giving this lot the steam off his piss. Because there are, you know, every time one of these players posts on Instagram, there are United fans in their replies going, oh, hopefully you can come back. Amrim doesn't know what he's missing. And I think, you know what? This is so good that Amrim hasn't taken them because they'd be there with their pictures and everything like that, growing off the brand again. Amrim has shut them down, put them in the naughty corner. And, you know, he's actually exposed them for what they are. It's like what Luke Shaw said. You know, what did he call him? The hangers-on, the stragglers, whatever. It's true. They've been banned for a month and still haven't got a move. And who's been justified? Amrim's been proven right. These players are lazy. They're not focused on their football. They're focused on themselves. They can't even be asked to go and find a club for pre-season. They're just about themselves. So well done to Amrim. As for where Garnacho's going to end up, I don't know. I don't know. Look, I don't know, but I think he's destroyed what he had at Manchester United, and he doesn't really seem to give a shit. And the thing is, it's a little bit like Luke Shaw for me. I've always been a big fan of Luke Shaw, but it pissed me off what happened with the Euros final, and I think he could have handled that better. But I wouldn't compare Luke Shaw to Garnacho. But I don't know whether you're like this. When you back a player, especially when you do what we do, you know, there's clips of me doing it. When you back a player against people and you argue against people and you say he's got the highest ceiling in the squad, which I said numerous times, and that happens, you probably end up more angry with the player than the people that don't like him, because you feel really fucking let down.